going through the osmotic pressure, we will just study about the reverse osmosis. Okay, so you can just see this diagram here. So we have got the two parts of the diagram. The first part, that is A part, is showing here osmosis, right? So what was the osmosis? Here what will happen? We have got in the one compartment, we have got fresh water. Another compartment we have got the salt water, and this is SPM. So there will be the flow of the solvent from the fresh water compartment to the salt water, that is to the solution side, through the SPM. The osmosis is taking place, and we can say here that the flow of water is in this direction toward the solution side. So what will happen? The level of the salt water is going to rise up here. There will be rise in the solution side. The level is going to rise. Now here you can see the atmospheric pressure is getting applied here. Now when we want to stop this flow, we apply toward the solution side an extra pressure. That is a pressure more than the atmospheric pressure, so that we can stop the flow of the solvent, and further no more solvent molecule will come into the solution side through this semi-permeable membrane that we call to be an osmotic pressure. So here this is the osmotic pressure pi. Now this is the pressure which will be applied on the solution side, that is toward the salt water side, to prevent or to stop the flow of the solvent from the fresh water to the salt water through the SPM. Right. Now when we have calculated the osmotic pressure, that is the pressure which will be required to stop the flow of solvent, then we will apply, we have got a movable piston here, we will apply the pressure which will be greater than the osmotic pressure on the solution side. As a result, what will happen? The flow of the solvent, that is of the water, will take place in this direction. Here this is the flow of solvent. Here solvent is water, right? So here there is a flow of the solvent has got reversed when a pressure greater than the osmotic pressure is applied on the solution side, right? On the solution side, when we apply this pressure which is be greater than the osmotic pressure, the flow of the solvent gets reversed from the solution. Now the water will come toward the fresh water. As a result, the level of the fresh water is going to rise up, and we will get the outlet of pure water, we can say the fresh water here. This is known as reverse osmosis. Okay, so what is the definition of the reverse osmosis? It is the process of flow of solvent from the solution toward the pure solvent when a pressure greater than osmotic pressure is applied on the solution side. So it is a process of flow of solvent from the solution toward the pure solvent, just I'm adding here, through SPM, that is semi-permeable membrane, when a pressure greater than the osmotic pressure is applied on the solution side. Now what is the application of it? Reverse osmosis. Now the reverse osmosis is used in desalination of seawater or the brackish water. So seawater here, so in place of salt water we will take the seawater, which has got more concentration of the salt here, and the pure water we are taking in the other side, right? So when a pressure greater than osmotic pressure will be applied, so from the sea water or the salt water we will get the pure water just extracted out because of the reverse osmosis, and we can get a pure water here. And the brackish water, that is a muddy, which has got mud and water mixed up, from there also we can get the fresh water extracted out from this kind of water. This is the practical application of the reverse osmosis. Now we have gone through the osmosis, reverse osmosis, or we have studied after going through the osmotic pressure. Now what is the importance of osmotic pressure? Now osmotic pressure, we have got 4 colligative properties. Now, among the first one was RLBP, then we have got elevation in boiling point, then we got the depression in freezing point, and fourth one is the osmotic pressure. Now the osmotic pressure is the best colligative property to determine the molar mass of the macromolecules of the polymers. Now question comes, why? The question it is because the value of the osmotic pressure is measurable. It is large, so it can be easily measured. Second, it considers, if you remember, pi is directly proportional to molar concentration, whereas the other colligative properties, they are mainly related with the molality factor. So the pi, which is related to the molar concentration, and molarity is preferred than the molality. Now third one is that it can be measured at the room temperature. So due to these 3 reasons, we prefer the osmotic pressure to determine the molar mass of the polymers or the macromolecules.